All right, guys, we are back with top 4 hat format at Epic Cards and Games in Hurst, Texas. We got Robert McNett on the left playing Geargia versus Creighton on the right playing the hand artifact trap tricks deck. Looks like Creighton's going first. Sets of monsters, sets 4 back rows. These two haven't been on the channel much just because they don't really play much Edison, but they're here. They've both done pretty well in hat the first few tournaments. They've both made top cut a few times, and Creighton actually went 5-0 in our largest Time Wizard tournament we've ever had at the locals, which we had actually top 16 for. He went 5-0, but then he got knocked out in the first round by the 16th seed, which is really unfortunate. And then the 16th seed ended up winning the whole tournament. That's unfortunate. Anyways, here, Creighton summons Trap Tricks Murmileo. Robert activates Fiendish Chain on the Murmileo, which Murmileo, when it's normal summon, it's like a Stratos, you add a normal hole trap card like Bottomless or Trap Hole. And here, Creighton Chain Compulse. So now that Fiendish Chain is just there, fizzled. And the Murmileo will resolve, and he'll add the Bottomless, as you saw there. So now Robert has 4 back rows. So who will get to their first finals on the channel, Robert or Creighton? I'm rooting for Robert. Creighton actually plays, he's probably one of the best modern Yu-Gi-Oh players at my locals. He wins all the time in modern. So I'm rooting for Robert, because Robert kind of doesn't really play much Yu-Gi-Oh. Creighton's won enough in modern. Okay, looks like Robert's passing. Not flipping the Geargia armor. At least I think it's Geargia armor. It could be a bluff too. So here Creighton summons Murmileo. Looks like he ran out of trap hole targets because he didn't even search his deck. So he goes for Diamond Direwolf. Diamond Direwolf basically pops any card on the field. You target a beast, beast warrior, winged beast, you control, and pop any card on the field. Most of the time you target itself. So here comes Blackhorn. That's a good card that a lot of people in my locals have been using, and it's annoying. Counter traps are like they're so good because like not everyone, but a lot of people are main decking Forbidden Lance. And you can't lance a counter trap. That's why Blackhorn and Solemn Warning are in a lot of people's main decks, and Wiretap as well. So yeah, so you can see this matchup is a real grind fest, which some people enjoy these type of games. Like, 5 back row versus 4 back row, we're trading resources, and to me, this is not really my play style, but I can see why some people enjoy it. But some people were like, nah, I don't want to, this is why they're upset, because there's no Heavy Storm in this format. And you're going to get a lot of these games, especially if you're playing a heavy trap card deck like Geargia and Hat. So one thing that's different about Robert's deck is he's playing Trap Tricks in his Geargia deck, which you don't normally see, which is not bad. I like Geargia Trap Tricks better than Geargia Hands. I think Steven Bronner was playing Geargia Hands. I don't mind just splashing 2 Murmileos in there, though. It's fine. It's not that bad. But if you're adding like 4 to 6 hands, I feel like that's too many normal summons. So yeah, so Robert summoned Geargiano, special summon a Geargia from his hand. Or no, he special summoned Accelerator. Then XYC summons Abyss Dweller, which basically negates. It's a quick effect during either player's turn. You can attach 1 material. And anything that activates in the graveyard is negated for that turn. So the Dweller basically plays around the hands. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of rank 4 decks play 2 Dweller. So here Creighton attacks over the Geargiano MK2 for 600. Who will get to the finals? Okay, if Robert keeps track of the life points, I'm not going to do it. Yeah, but people always put it on that side. Put it, for those guys watching who play, put it like where we can see it better, because it's a little... I always prefer the players keep track of life points because I make mistakes. All right, let's see if Robert is afraid of his back rows. What's he going to do? He's got the Dweller up. I used to think Geargia was like heavily favored in this matchup, at least back then in 2014 when I actually played Hat. But now that I'm revisiting the format, I'm not so sure. I think Geargia's like barely favored in this matchup. So here, Robert activates Geargia Gear, which special summons 2 Geargianos from your deck and increases their level by 1. Creighton Chains Maxi, which is a quick effect. During either player's turn, you can send that card from your hand to the graveyard. For the rest of the turn, each time your opponent special summons a monster, or just special summons, you draw one card. So it goes for 101 Silent Arc. Attacks with Dweller into the set monster. Does Creighton have anything to stop the... He already used Dweller, so the Fire Hand's effect will not act. Neither Fire Hand will activate. What are Creighton's back rows? He couldn't stop anything. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm really curious what his back rows are. He couldn't stop any Exceed summons, no effects. So yeah, the hands have to go to the graveyard. They activate in the graveyard. That's why Abyss Dweller negates their effects. Looks like Creighton passed. So attacks him for what, 38? Robert's got life points. I'm not going to keep track of it. So anyways, who's going to get to their first finals? I'm rooting for Robert, man. This was a 16-man locals, 4 rounds of Swiss, cut the top 4. I played in this tournament as well. I think I lost to Creighton. Yeah, I lost to Creighton. So here he bottomlesses the Geargia Arsenal. Activates Dweller. Flips Geargia Accelerator. Does Creighton have a response to the flip of Geargia Accelerator? It's good. Dweller attacks the set, which is Maxi Accelerator, and yeah, Robert's got life points. Good. All right, so what's he at now? He's like at 200. Now you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about soul charge. Man, what are Creighton's? What is going on with Creighton? He can't stop anything. Okay, that's Pot of Dichotomy. So it's kind of like this card's like a Pot of Avarice. You can't conduct your battle phase with Pot of Dichotomy. You basically return 3 monsters with different types from your graveyard to your deck. Draw 2 cards. Pot of Avarice is banned in hat format for those of you guys who may not know. Let me go check it. Let's hope that that's the only restriction on Pot of Dichotomy. I think that's the only restriction. So yeah, Creighton's got 5 back rows. End phase, he has too many cards in his hand, so he discards the Moral Attack. But he plays a lot of Call of the Haunted. So here comes Artifact Sanctum. Oh no, Pot of Dichotomy you have to activate at the start of your main phase 1. That's the only drawback. Okay, so here he goes. Sanctum. Oh, he's out of targets. Okay, so his back rows must all be artifacts. I think Creighton's playing maybe only 2 moral attacks or 3 moral attacks at most. I don't think he's playing any Beagle attacks. Yeah, you can see there he ran out of targets for Sanctum. So mcnett takes game 1 win away from his first finals. Or will Creighton pull off the backdoor 2-0? Also trying to get to his first finals. Creighton made top 4, I think, once or twice during Tengu. I remember one time he made top 4 in Tengu, and I think once in Edison. Oh no, never mind. He did make the finals once in Edison. I forgot. It was a long time ago. I forgot about that time. He did make the finals once against Donnell, and Donnell beat him. Okay, so here Robert summons Arsenal and Creighton Mirror Forces. I mean, you're playing against Hat. I wouldn't expect a Mirror Force from Hat either, or like a D Prison. I probably would have attacked also. I would expect to get Moral attacked, but not Mirror Forced. Yo, Robert's mat is beautiful, man. I don't know where he got this one from. This Dark End Dragon mat. So here Robert summons Geargiano. So Geargiano, you contribute it to special summon a level 4 machine from your graveyard, but its effects negated. So he's going to bring out Geargia Arsenal with Geargiano. Normally, Geargia Arsenal gains attack for each Geargia monster on the field. Because it's a 1500 monster, but it's technically at 17. But this time it's going to be at 1500. And here comes Creighton with Double Cyclone. So Double Cyclone's an MST. Basically an MST, you pop one card you control. One spawn trap you control. One spawn trap your opponent controls. Most of the time you're targeting your moral attacks. and special summoning them. So you saw here he's Moral Attack when special summon during your opponent's turn. You can pop a face-up card on the field, doesn't target, and it's something that I didn't know was mandatory. And now Crane summons Murmileo, attacks, and he searched Acid Trap Hole, which is a pretty interesting card that you can search against Geargia. Basically, if your opponent has a set monster with 2,000 or less defense, you just flip it face up and destroy it. You destroy it if it has 2,000 defense or less. If it has more, then I think you just reset it. So here, Robert MST's Crane's Divine Wrath. Normal summons Armor. Special summons Accelerator. So Accelerator, you can special summon it if you control face-up Geargia monster. XYZ summons Gigant X. Detaches a material from Gigant X to add. Gigant X searches any level 4 lower machine from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So he just added the Accelerator back to his hand. Then attacks over the Moral Attack. One thing I want to go over is I think Creighton likes Divine Wrath because he can like discard his dead Moral Attacks. He's probably not on 3 Call the Haunted. He wants to trigger his Call the Haunted. All right. So let's see. Maybe he's considering like sanctuming or calling and getting rid of the Gigant X before he can use the effect. But he lets it go through. So he's going to get another search off the Gigant X. So we know Robert's got an Accelerator in his hand. What did he search? He searched. So he's got 2 Accelerators in his hand. So normal summons the Geargia. I call this Geargia Blizzard. When it's normal or flip summon, you can special summon a Geargia monster from your hand or graveyard. So here he's going to XYZ summon a rank 3. Which one do you go for? I think he's going to go for Zenmaines. So Zenmaines, basically you can protect it from being destroyed by battle or card effects. And if you activate that effect during the end phase, you can pop 1 card. Yeah, you can pop 1 card. I think any card. Can you pop your own cards? Probably not. I'm just wondering if it matters. Yes, it says if this face-up card on the field will be destroyed, you can attach 1 material from this card instead. Once per turn, during the end phase, if this effect was used this turn, target 1 card on the field destroyed. Okay, so you can pop your own cards if it matters. So Robert knew that one was Acid Trap Hole. So he's like, let me get it out of the way. That way I can, I don't have to be worried about my armor getting Acid Trap hold. So here what happened was Crane called the Haunted his Moral Attack, popped the Gigant X, and the Gigant X, when it leaves the field, you can special summon a level 3, I think you can bring out any level 3 Geargiano monster from your graveyard. Let me look that up for you guys, because I don't remember. Because that effect kind of, it comes up sometimes, but 1 level 3 or lower Geargia monster. Special summon it. So, but the only level 3 Geargias that you play are the MK2s and the Geargiano, the ones you get off the trap card. So here he summons the Geargia Blizzard, brings back armor from his graveyard, special summons Accelerator from his hand. XYZ summons another Gigant, detaches Accelerator, adds the same Accelerator back to his hand. Special summons 2 more Accelerators. What's he going to go for? Dweller? Yep, Dweller. Good old Dweller. He's going to negate potentially that set Fire Hand. So I think he's probably going to ram the Zenmaines here to try and pop a back row. See that Gigant? Oh no, should he have done that? Oh, he's keeping track of life. Oof. What's his life points at? Should he have popped that back row with Zenmaines? And here comes Pot of Dichotomy. So remember, at the start of your main phase 1, return 3 monsters with different types from your graveyard to your deck. Draw 2 cards. And you cannot conduct your battle phase. So he draws 2. Dark Hole! Well, at least the Dark Hole will protect the Zenmaines. Sorry, the Zenmaines will protect him from Dark Hole. He's going to Chain Abyss Dweller. And Gigant X's effect will activate to bring back the Geargiano. Remember, level 3 or lower Geargia monster. So here he summons Fire Hand. Oh man, that back row. Maybe Robert should have got rid of that back row last turn. We'll see if it comes back to bite him. But he wouldn't have this level 4 right now. Had he crashed the Okay, so here he used Geargiano's effect, tribute itself to get a level 4 machine. He grabbed Accelerator and then rammed Accelerator into Firehand. So when it leaves the field, you can add a Geargia monster from your graveyard to your hand. So that's why he grabbed the armor. But Creighton, Nobleman across out the armor. Summons Karkar-D. Draws 2. So Karkar-D, if it was normal summoned... Yeah, if Karkar-D, if it was normal summoned this turn, during your main phase 1... Yeah, during your main phase 1, you contribute it, draw 2 cards. You cannot special summon the turn you use that effect. And then, if you do use the effect, you immediately go to end phase. So he Darkhold the Fire Hand, then he summoned Ice Hand. That was pretty good. So, like, Robert crashed his Accelerator. Here comes, Soul Charge. Skill Charge. Let's see. Robert's looking at his extra deck. Brings back 2 Accelerators. I think this is the right move because you're trying to play around like Sanctum or Call. That way, if Creighton tries to stop you anyway, like by bringing out Moral Attack, at least your Accelerators will get you something back. Geargia Accelerator. So here comes Artifact Sanctum. Yeah, so Accelerator says when this card is sent from the field to graveyard, you can target 1 Geargia monster in your graveyard, except Geargia Accelerator, add that target to your hand. So here he's going to bring out Moral Attack, and since it was special summoned during Robert's turn, it's going to pop a face-up card on the field. Doesn't target, but mcnett chains, Fiendish Chains, to negate Moral Attack's effect. It looks like he passes. So I'm guessing Robert's just trying to stay alive. He just Soul Charged and passed. Crane with that Divine Wrath, man. Switches Ice Hand to defense. Switches Moral Attack to defense. Passed. Alright. Yeah, Crane slowly came back in this game thanks to the Pot of Dichotomy and the Karkar-D. I mean, 2 Pot of Greeds. And also, I think the Dark Hole. Here comes Sanctum. Yeah, I feel the Dark Hole really brought... It was a combination of all 3 cards. Because it was looking good for Robert. He had Zen Mains, he had Dweller, he had Gigant X. Wait, he popped the Fiendish Chain? What? Here comes Knock. Or he's thinking about using Knock. This is interesting. Okay, so he Nobleman's the armor. I actually like Nobleman. I know it's a very, like... It's a very... Okay, so I think this is why he knocked the Fiendish Chain. Sorry, not knocked. This is why he Moral Attacked the Fiendish Chain so that he can attack the Accelerators. Is his game? And mcnett with the Needle Sealing. Ooh. So Needle Sealing is going to destroy all the monsters. How will this Chain Link work? So they're both optional. So I'm guessing they won't miss timing. I guess it'll come to turn players, Chain Link 1. Could he have chain blocked them there? I don't know. I don't know how this Chain Link would work. I have to really think about it. But we are going to game 3. So will Creighton get to his second final? Is maybe finally get that first win on the channel? Or will mcnett get to his first final? Starts off by Arsenal. Tributes Arsenal to get Geargia armor from his deck. Ooh, Robert's playing around Nobleman. You guys see that? He special summoned armor, but didn't use its effect. That's one thing I've noticed in Edison. Like if I catch someone with Nobleman game 2 and and like we go to the third game, they always play around it. Like sometimes outside, like I was playing on DV against I think his name is Brandon from Houston, and he was playing zombies, and I noblemaned him game 2, and then game 3 he like didn't set his monsters. Okay, so Robert's playing around the hands by doing this because the hands can miss timing. So yes, but since it's fire hand, it doesn't matter because there's no monster for him to destroy. So he used armor's effect to set it self, then flip summoned it, chain torrential. That way, if it was an ice hand, it would have missed timing because they're when effects. All right, so here Creighton activates Sanctum, brings out Moral Attack, and Robert books the Moral Attack, books the Geargia arm. Remember, Moral Attack doesn't target, so he's still able to pop the MK2. But now you're susceptible to. Yeah, see, he already knew he had the Nobleman. He's like, oh, just get it out the way. He already anticipated it. So Creighton's kind of hesitant to attack. Creighton's got, I think, Compulse set, and Robert Enphase MST's Creighton's Compulse. It's pretty good because you don't want him to compulse your XYZ monster. She comes, oh, Dark Hole. Oh, that was a good Dark Hole. Yeah, you got rid of Ice Hand and Moral Attack. Now he gets him for 14. Creighton sets one. Ooh, but unfortunately, Robert didn't draw a level 4 monster. So here comes Pot of Dichotomy. And Robert chains Crow. Yeah, it's like a Pot of Avarice, so this shouldn't resolve. Yeah, it's I'm pretty sure. And, ooh, that's so good because you also... This deck plays like 2 to 3 Call the Haunted, so you also get rid of the call this way. So there he normal summons card D. Remember, during your main phase 1, you contribute it, draw 2 cards, and immediately goes to end phase. And then Robert activates Geargia Gear. Yes, Robert activates Geargia Gear, and Creighton wiretaps it, shuffles it, negates the effect, and shuffles it back into the deck. Now Robert passed? Okay, sets one and passed. Yeah, now Creighton's up on cards all of a sudden. What do you do if you're Creighton? You got Traptrix Dionea. Flip Ice Hand. Do you make Dweller? Ooh. So you choose MK2. Would I have made Dweller there just to stop the... Nah, I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. Because you're not really... You'll stop the accelerator from getting something back from the graveyard, but... What does Dweller do against Geargia? Nothing, really. So here goes Daigusto Emerald. Returns 3. And here comes another Crow. Wow. I wonder if this... It looks like Crow stops Emerald, too. So Crow... Sorry, Emerald, you return... It's a rank 4. You return 3 monsters from your graveyard to your deck. Draw 1 card. This is how you can tell Creighton's a modern player. Look at his deck. He's playing Pot of Dichotomy, Daigusto Emerald, and Card D. He's just trying to draw cards. Man, if Robert can't deal with that Emerald... But if Robert's up on cards, what happened? I guess Creighton... Yeah, so that's going to be one where we're like, should Creighton have gone for Dweller there? To stop the accelerator? So now he summons Geargiano MK2, special summons the Arsenal from his grave, tributes Arsenal to get armor. Sets another back. Yeah, I'm wondering, should... Yeah, because Robert wouldn't have a monster right now. Should he have gone Dweller there? It also would have been a beefed up Dweller because he had a... Ice Hand attached to it. So Dweller, if you have a water monster as an XYZ material, all water monsters you control gain 500 attack. Because normally Dweller's just 1700. But anyways, he drew one card off the Emerald. Or Emerald, Daigusto Emerald. Attacks over Geargia MK2. I think he's got Call the Haunted. Yeah, he's got Call the Haunted, Moral Attack. I couldn't tell what he set. And here Robert flips summons Armor. Searches Geargia Accelerator. Special summons Accelerator. XYZ summons into Gigant X. Yeah, this deck. Activates Gigant X's effect. What's he going to search? He's going to see if Crane's got a response. Adds MK2. Now remember, Robert has not normal summoned yet. This is Robert McNett because there's another Robert who also plays a lot of Hat at my locals. I think this is going to be McNett's signature mat, so we'll know every time he's on the channel when he plays on this beautiful Darkened Dragon mat. Alright, so it looks like he's attacking over Daigusto Emerald with Gigant X. And will he hit the face down? I mean, you're probably anticipating that it's a hand. And he sets Geargia Armor, sets a third back row, and passes. Okay. Flips Ice Hand. Oh, he debunks the Ice Hand. So debunk if a effect is activated in the graveyard, negate the activation and banish it. So Ice Hand activates in the graveyard. So there he chain debunk, which is a counter trap card. Negate the Ice Hand, banish it. Here comes Divine Wrath. Discards Moral Attack to negate the armor's effect. Then he uses Gigant X's effect to search another level 4 lower machine monster from his deck. He searches Arsenal. Normal summons Arsenal. Crane activates Call. Robert chains Wiretap to shuffle the Call back into his deck. He activates another Call, and Robert flips a second Wiretap, and that is game. McNett is going to his first finals on the channel. We'll see if he can get his first win. Hope you guys enjoyed that match, and let me know if I missed anything, or how are you feeling about Hat format. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.